Welcome back to Bobblehead Homestead. My name is Jeff. I am about ready to get in this skid steer and get some stuff done. Oh man, I tried to do this last night and it was just frustration central. But hooked up with Wiley today and figured it out. I've got the Grapple on here. So I had been having problems before connecting my attachments, and so last night I'm trying to put the Grapple on so I can go do what I'm about to go do now. I tried to put the Grapple on, I couldn't get it connected. I'm like, oh man, not again, because it was working. And so I took the Grapple off, and I've got the front hoe over there. So I'm like, all right, I'll try with the front hoe, and I could attach the front hoe. So I'm like, okay, because there's a switch in there. I thought maybe I didn't hit the switch right, whatever. So I take the front hoe off, and I go and put the Grapple back on and try to get it connected. And once again, I can't get the Grapple connected. I'm like, man, and I had drove over there on my side-by-side, set up my camera, drove back over here, got the skid steer, drove over there. I'd spent like an hour setting up to do what I'm about to do right now, and I got nowhere because I couldn't get the Grapple attached. So Wiley was over there working in the well house and other stuff today, and yeah, so I hooked up with him. We figured out it's the you have to release the pressure in the hydraulics. On the machine side, you can do that, but on the implement side, sometimes there's still pressure in there, and that's what the problem was. So yeah, so Wiley, thank you for his experience. I would yeah, luckily he's been through that before, so he knew what needs to be done. So now I've got to add to my checklist, whenever I take the Grapple off, I got to make sure that I release the pressure, and so it'll also release the pressure in there. If not, he showed me how to just loosen it up a little bit to relieve the pressure. So anyway, let's go take out some trees with this Grapple on my new property. Hi, Bob. Oh, we got somebody over there trying to crow, Bob. You want to go take a nap in that seat? You're eyeing it, aren't you? You're definitely curious. But you can't stay there. When I start this engine, that'll scare you off. First, I gotta go chase a chicken back inside the net. I waited until this time of the night because that's mostly in the shade up there. So, yeah, time to get to work. Should I set up the other camera? Now, this is my camcorder. It's a big one on a big old tripod. I've got my little DJI Action 4. It's on a suction cup inside the skid steer, but it kept falling off of there last time I tried this. So maybe I'll just get two different angles. I think I will. All right, time to get to work. Yeah, that was like 15 minutes. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let me take this off. This is my camcorder, and I'll show you around a little bit. Why am I taking these trees out? Well, let's go look around a little bit. That's the well house and the lane, and that's my original property. Those trees there. That's the spigot we just put in, and that's the former clump of trees that I just took out with my skid steer. Yeah, some of these, this one right here, some of these are the locust trees with the big old thorns that, you know, everything has its place and its purpose. I don't like the thorny trees in the middle of a pasture. A bunch of these are like that. And the only reason these are growing is they got too thick for a brush hog at some point. And so it started, you know, just mowing around them. They're not big, yeah. Anyway, so I'm just gonna take these little clumps out of here and open up this space. So, and I want to get it done now. You know, so there's more space to put a bouncy house with a water slide or whatever may be. I definitely picked the right time of day with the shade from this big giant tree stand here. Yeah, earlier today I was telling you how Wiley figured it out. It wasn't broken. He just figured it out. But we also got my flail mower. He got it adjusted. When I first got it, it was hitting the ground. So you got different adjustments, and whatever. For whatever reason, it had to be adjusted before I could use it properly, because I was anyway. He got it adjusted, and took it for a trial spin. I captured it on my phone. We'll see how that turns out. But here's some footage of Wiley with that flail mower, showing a little bit of what it can do. You just saw what a grapple can do. Well, imagine a grapple and this flail mower, how that can clear some land. Let's take a look at Wiley in action. Working with Wiley, link down below. After adjusting the height of the flail mower, the height where it cuts, Wiley wanted to test it out, and I'm like, yeah, go for it. So he went after some of this. It's pretty thick brush over there. Greenbrier, smaller, nothing thicker than like an inch, maybe 2 inches. You know, like the thorny blackberries or raspberries or what, you know, what all that vine stuff is also. But it did a pretty good job. He just went at it for 5 minutes, and that took out a lot of space. Yeah, you can see that greenbrier just dragging along. It's not a forestry mulcher. It's not gonna take out, you know, anything bigger than like 2 inches. But on this underbrush, it's just awesome. And if nothing else, it exposes the thicker trees that I can go back in with a grapple and get that stuff out. But this is going to be a tremendous asset here on my almost 14 acres. And yeah, but that's enough of the flail mower for today. I have to get back to work on getting ready for the 4th of July party. I'm starting to get the hang of this. That's my junk pile. One patch there. Maybe, yeah, I'll probably get that one. And looks, yeah, now I can, there were a few stragglers, some small stuff I couldn't get under. I can come back with the front hoe and dig up these little stragglers. But those are, well, that one back there is not. That'd be too big for a brush hog. Anyway, this is gonna have to be cleaned up and all that jazz. There were some pretty big stumps in here. These weren't just new trees. Some of them had been cut down before a few times and mowed around. I have no idea, but there were some bigger stumps in there than what the trees were indicating. All right, half an hour of daylight left. Should I tackle that last one or just go home and come back tomorrow? Man, where I was just doing this would be a great place for a house. You get the shade, afternoon shade from these giant oak trees. And yeah. But in the meantime, oh, I did come across a hose back here. I wonder if it's just like a trash hose, or is that a water line hose? It's yellow something. Hard to tell from the cab. I'll come look at it now. Yeah. Just looks like a water hose of some type. Might have just been, yeah, I'll have to pull on it later. Okay, I think I'm gonna go, I'm not gonna film, but I'm gonna go wipe out this last stand of trees. Oh, and one, maybe one more over there. time is it? 8:40. Maybe a little over an hour with a couple breaks in there. Yeah. And I don't know, this is a guy who doesn't know what he's doing. So, yeah, that's all for today. It's dark. I better get home. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everything. Take it easy.